Hello and welcome back. Right, we have a couple of fertilising contracts active still, so we need to be getting them done. And I have a plan, or at the beginning of a plan, should I say. It's not finished, but we are seriously it's getting bad that we haven't got any land. Seriously think we need to do this because I have plans afoot that can help us out. Right, so then we want to do, in fact, why am I doing this? Which tractor has got we need to be looking for the one with the fertiliser on. Did we leave it at the shop? No, I think, if I remember rightly, it's the Rex. Indeed it is. Right, so then we definitely need some more fertiliser though, trying to think which is easy for us to do from here. Now, this is a point in question. We have now got options, and I think we sort of... Let's have a quick look. Let's have a timeout for 1 second. Now we've got 90,000, but we need 148. So we're like 60 odd thousand out. Now there's 2 or 3 things that we can do that we can't do because we've not got the money. So I'm seriously thinking there's a couple of mods I need to place for us to be able to benefit from slight lessenings, a quarter lessening exactly, if we place this mod. And I can, don't get me wrong, let me go back to the main. Yeah, if we sort of buy this, it's 150,000. Now we have got other options. We could literally buy the smallest field, which is field 17, or even, no, field 12, I think that's part of another field, isn't it? No, it's actually dearer. That's 114,000. Now, to my thinking, I think that's the cheapest one that there is. That's 112 actually. See, I've always said I want that one, and I do. But the thing is, we can't literally afford it right now. That's 99, but it's a way, way away. Yeah, I think we've sort of reached a thing where we've got to... The fact that it would be right next door, it's going to be... Oh yeah, it is. Makes perfect sense that is the next field that we buy, for the fact that it's right next door. We've got that slab as well as another field. So I think, truthfully speaking, we've got to do this and then dig ourselves back out of the hole. Oh, it's a shame. I was doing quite well actually on the loan. So we want 148,000. Actually, we want slightly more because we also need a bit of operating budget for today. Okay, so now then, let's buy the land, and we have now plunged ourselves back into debt. But you have got to speculate to accumulate. Right, so we've got 5,989 left. We now need to place the mod that I wish to place. This is going to help us, but we may need to borrow a little bit more, which is typical, to afford the... I don't know, we might just about do it. Right, so Shift P. We want container. And we want the multi-fruit buying station. I think actually in the middle of those is perfect. turn around. It's important that we can see this. Not enough money. Huh? Hey, it's 2,500. We've got 6 grand. What is it doing? We have got enough money. Oh, we're on dollars. Let me quickly change that. That's on Elm Creek. Let's put our money back to where it should be. Euros. Now let's try that again and see what it's on about. Not enough money. How bizarre. Couldn't see the spout then. Right, the white dot. Looks about perfect. That should be as flat as anything, to be honest. That is amazing. Right, now we need to get the Rex again. We need to get our contracts done to get enough. Oh no, stop pressing the wrong button. Right, Rex. I have not. I will fetch this manually because we are seriously getting to the point of, oh my life, the Rex needs repairing as well, badly. God, this repair malarkey is getting well expensive. Oh wow. The Amazon's damaged as well. In fact, actually, I think it's the Amazon it's showing. That's 39%. And he's 60%. That looks definitely less than 60 to me. Oh. That's bizarre. That doesn't look like 60% to me. 59. Looks well below 50%. Which definitely is the tractor. Oh, do you know, this game at the minute is, wow, there's more wrong than there is right. It's still playable, but yeah, I'm seriously hoping there's an awful lot of game, there's damage to your tractors, there's loads of weird things that happen all of the time. Harvests are broken. Not just one, but lots. Even when FS19 came out, I mean, seriously, I mean, I watched some of the content creators providing content, and it was much more minor things than what we see in FS22. Wow. Right. Yes, so plans. What have we got planned? Well, that that mod we've just bought does give us some options on outlets for buying things, which obviously is in the name of the thing, but some really good options. Obviously we are now out of sugar cane. We've literally used all of our product. We're in June, so we obviously need to be buying some sugar cane or sugar beet. We have a factory. We need to keep the factory going. That is our number one aim of the game, really. So we're now heavily in debt, so we've invested in our product. Now we need to buy some, so we need a bit of cash, a little bit of cold collateral. There aren't many contracts available. We have got these couple, so wow. Okay. Now we've got no money, but hey ho, we have a full thing of... Right, let's check those 2 contracts. This is our 8 and 23. 23 and 8. Right, okay, let's go up the hill then. If I could afford it, I'd send a worker up there, but we can't, so... It's going to rain in a little while. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit longer. Definitely can't afford to repair this now. All my life, do you know, you reach a certain stage, don't you, and all hell breaks loose, and then you've got to dig yourself out of a hole again. So we're heavily in debt. We've got that extra field I've been moaning about. We did have 90 grand. Just if we'd have had that bit more, but it's. I know we're in debt to the bank, but we don't think we could have made any more progress without. Right. Anyway, I'm forgetting my shortcut, aren't I? Yes, I've been on another start from scratch, only this time I had the sense to... Well, it made it tough. I like the map Elm Creek. I've always liked the look of it. It looks fantastic, so I've started a start from scratch let's play on that. But I destroyed my loan straight away, which meant I'd only got $300,000 left. That I was quite fortunate in there being some special offers on some equipment, so I went into sugar beet. I've done what we've done here, the sugar, because... It's actually not, especially with having a sugar beet harvester. I thought this is an ideal thing to go into productions, and I already know about the sugar production. It's not bad. So I went into sugar beet, but sugar beets are another thing that are broken, or either they're broken or completely different. I'll tell you what I mean. I bought a field, I had enough money to buy a field, and it was much bigger than the one that we've got, and it had already got sugar beet in it, which is of course why I bought it. Literally bought that field with sugar beet in, and it is probably 1.5 times the size of the field that we've got here. It's bigger than my last Let's Play on FS19 was Lone Oak. And on Lone Oak I bought field 5, which is probably the smallest field on the entire map. It's behind the BGA. Let me just move out for this car. So I bought that, and I put sugar beet on, because I've got a tiny modded sugar beet harvester. And when I'd harvested that very small field, I had 350 tons of sugar beets. And I also did field 7 on Lone Oak, which is a slightly bigger field, and that gave me 500 tons. So I have a pretty good idea of how much sugar beet I would have had on FS19. Comes to FS22, got this field and was thinking, wow, that should be about 450,000, maybe 500,000 at a push. Maybe almost the same size as field 7. I would imagine I wasn't far off. Field was fully fertilised. I manually harvested it with the harvester that we'd got, manually, no labour cost involved. Oh my life, lost 2% in just journeying from where I was to here. This is ridiculous. Right, anyway, it is what it is. Right, 23 is one of these up here. Is it this one right here? It is indeed. Right. Now then. Yes, so I thought, yeah, I know roughly how much I'm going to be getting off this field. Again, you should never suppose just because you played the other game that this one is going to be right, which is true. I now realise my error. But what you would think is that it would be not far off. I think that's a supposition that most people would think. There's going to be some similarities to the previous game. That was what I was obviously hoping. So, came to harvest day. I harvested. and I dumped it on the floor because we had no way of doing it. So then I bought, or actually leased, one of the pickups, floor pickups, to put it into once I'd saved up the money to buy the sugar factory like we did here. I wasn't ready to do that straight away. I didn't have the money to do that. So when I did have the money to do that, I placed it, got the sugar off the ground. Lo and behold, 88 tons of product. 88 tons of product. Yes, 88. So a loss of a stupendous amount. It was fully fertilised. There was no weeds on the field. So it should have been almost like for like, unless it's either broken. Brilliant. Let's get that money up into a little bit more of a... I know it's a tiny contract, so it's not really going to make much of a difference, but... yeah, wow, this is terrible. I'm even contemplating doing a baling job. Silage. Field 2. Where is Field 2? How much is the reward? It's not reduced by a lot. Hate baling contracts. Yeah. Oh, it's quite a good payout though. What equipment are you going to give me though? Can I see? Oh, this is not fair. It's a tiny mower, but you use a front and a back. I think we're going to have to, truthfully, going to have to take that. Okay. Let's get this other one out of the way so that we can at least get our plans afoot and I can show you what I'm rambling on about. Now then. Let's get field 8 done. It is a tiny, tiny, weeny little field. So let's get that out of the way. Whilst this tractor's not falling to pieces. We shall have to worry about that another day though, because truthfully speaking, the money we are going to get from this is the money we need to carry on with our plans and earn us back into positive money and dig us out of the hole that we're in at present. We need this contract though to actually get us enough money for me to be able to show you what I'm rambling on about. That is definitely the plan. Whoa. It bounced. I do apologise. That literally was... I had no control over that. Well, I suppose you sort of did, but you know what I mean. That was not the plan to knock the... Come on, I should not have stopped on a hill. Yes, the multi-pack, multi-fruit buying station that we've just placed gets you about oh yes, I'd forgotten about that. Wow, flinging this out, yeah. Oh my life, I could have saved us 4 or 5 grand, which would have been really brilliant at this precise moment in time. I will leave that for now. I must remember they're here. So by the biogas. Right. Wow, that's a full one. And that's not far off. Oh. My memory. Shocking. I was literally a stone throw away from that as well. Do you know? Whoa. 8, I think it's that little one there behind that building, isn't it? I'm sure it is. I keep saying I know this map really well now. I am getting there. There's the truck. That's where we left. That's where we... we took the last of the sugar that sent us to positive 90 grand almost, and now look at us. Right, let's get fertilising. Should have just this corner here left to do. Should, if I did my job correctly, which I obviously didn't. Okay, let's have a look. That corner and two tiny little pieces. So it's this corner. Wow. Two very small little blobs though. Brilliant. The little blobs didn't matter. That is good. I didn't think they should have done. Right, so I should leave the Landini up here, because I'm quite sure we're going to have some contracts up here again, and as soon as we get into positive money we need to repair it. Right, we have another mod to place, but not now. We cannot afford that. Right, let's go down to... Oh, you idiot. I've done it again. How much would it cost me to... We can actually cut the grass ourselves, but we can't make silage bales. We also have a... We can actually take bales. We have the equipment to do that. I think we're going to have to try and... I hate breaking contracts. It's awful. That would mean us getting into debt, which I am not prepared to do. Now we'll use our equipment. So what would we need to hire a baler? How much would it cost us? It's not going to be worth it, is it? I don't think, but we'll have a look. Let's go through. The very cheapest one that you could use wrapping is not that one. It would be the Roland Uniwrap, wouldn't it? How much were you to lease? Well, there you go. More than that. Excellent. That answers that question. We have only one recourse then. As horrible as that is, I am sorry. I have got to cancel the contract because I am a wally. Field 7. How much would you reduce it? Only by 107. Okay, let's do this properly this time. We need to collect, and we need to borrow items on field 7. Okay. Let's go down to the store and let's start that off. And they have given us a lovely fence. I don't think I've actually used this fence. The Area 314 in FS22, of course. Right. Before we do this, I need to be setting our plans afoot. So let's just shut this off for 1 second and go back down to our yard. No. It is down there. Let's just grab that. We need to grab the tractor that's right next door. Our main tractor. which we have just repaired not long back. Right, we need that trailer. Now then. Now then, I'm going to have to see. Let's have a quick look. This is looking at prices now. What is cheaper to buy or what sells for? That's 244. Yeah, it is sugarcane. I thought it was. Okay. It was only on my Let's Play yesterday that I actually realised this was possible and that I was being a wally here. Because obviously the whole point of buying a factory is that the factory is going all of the time. You'd think, wouldn't you? So, sugar. Cane. There. 17,850. Right, let's go and dump this. Got to keep this factory going. And we could afford, yet we can afford two dumps of this. Now then, what side is the... Oh my life, I can't get over how some reason that ground has got worse without us doing a thing. Is it rear tip? It is. I presume we can get this with an extension when we've got some money, of course. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at productions and make sure we're still active. Ah, it is inactive. Oh no, it's not. It is running. Excellent. Right, let's go and get some more. We can afford one more load for today to keep things going. And then time is our ally. And then we've got to dig ourselves out of the hole before we can crack on again. Right, let's grab... It is nice. I know it is a terrible place to be and we're not used to it, but... Sugarcane again. $1,593. It's very useful having the cheapest product by mass available from another market. I am very much enjoying this fact. And of course it is cheap. I mean, any place where we could buy this, we could get it for that, so, or maybe slightly dearer. I think that is one. So there we go, we've got 35 tonnes, 17 tonnes of sugar being made again, and it should sell straight away. And it is at the highest point of the year, so we should get the best possible price if it works like that. Of course, nobody really knows if that is how it exactly works. Ready for the next load, which we cannot afford right now. Right, now we're at the point where we need to go and do our harvest, our contract, or else. Right, so field 7, which has got to be up top. Still a small field though, that's brilliant. Okay. Thinking about this, what am I going to need to TED it? Straight after cutting. Can't afford a worker, so this is at our own speed. Right. Let's cut some grass. Yes, I am getting quite into the swing of things with having a one-man army for a farm. Being as I can't afford workers seemingly ever, because it throws such huge costs into the equation that all of a sudden I can't afford to do anything. So yes, on my Elm Creek Let's Play, don't think I've ever used a worker. I threatened to a couple of times, but in the end I actually did the work myself. So yes, I'm getting used to me doing all the work. It's definitely different. On FS19 I wouldn't have contemplated it. I would have just cosplayed straight away, a few $100, pounds, euros into the contract. I would have been happy and the contract would have been fulfilled. But we have disappearing contracts, although to be honest, thinking about it, we did in FS19, these disappear though when you've taken them. I don't think that's anything that FS19 ever did. I had a contract yesterday in Elm Creek, it was Elm Creek, where I'd got 3 contracts that I'd taken, so I thought, yeah, safe, next time I go on the game. I'd done a couple of little jobs for myself. I think it was actually loading the sugar factory up. Came to do the jobs and one of them had disappeared. Now, I'd said I would do the job. That's surely not right that the job disappeared. I'd told the farmer I'll have the job, and that all the equipment disappeared and that contract disappeared. So yeah, disappearing contracts is definitely something that's different, or in a different way than I think it's this one up here, isn't it? This is 8. So where is 7? It's above it. Okay, the other side of this. Okay. Yeah, I don't really think we should have done that. That's a little bit naughty. Wow, that white's very vivid. So, this slab of grass. Oh, I thought I had unfolded, I'd lowered, my bad. Yes, I know. Hold your horses. Do you know? Seriously. Right. Thank goodness it's not a massive field. So Ted in. I did one of these yesterday and it was on a very, very much bigger field than this. I mean, a monster field. Took me absolutely ages. But the payout was very, very good. 26,000. I got 24 grand after borrowing the tools. So yes, very much different from this. Now let's not get sloppy. I don't want any sloppiness. I'm not expecting for us to keep many bales off this, because yeah, I was sweating a little bit because I'd never done a baling contract, but it's not one that I'd heard anybody say that was broken. So it did work, and it was this exact contract. So this is quite... I've not done a silage one yet, so I would have been sweating until I'd received payment doing that one particular one. I don't think we'll be time-lapsing this. It just seems a little bit silly to me. We're only tiny weeny, so I should carry on chattering. Yeah, I know it is. Do you know? Then I've no doubt it was a small tedder for a field of this size. Now there was one thing I got to use that massive Pottinger. I mean, it is a monster, absolutely amazing. And on my other Let's Play, Elm Creek, I saw it available to buy for as little as 11,000. So that was fantastic. If you're going into grass, that is the tedder to go for. It is a monster. And then, it's really weird, that's another thing that's a bit weird at the minute. The equipment choices for contracts, you can get a trailer that does not take the product that you're actually doing, which is strange. And it gave me the monstrous largest tedder, and then it gave me a much too small... I will think of the word. Do you know, my word brain, I'm so tired, I can't think of my words. Always goes this way. My words are the first to go, where it pops way too slowly. I'm going to show you in a minute because it's still not popping. Right, let's switch that off, lift. Switch that off, lift, fold. Fold. No, that's not folded. That's folded. Excellent. Yes, the windrower, finally. Excellent, I don't need to show you. Finally remembered. Yes, it gave me a windrower that was like about 9 metre. And I'm like, you give me a 16-foot beast for tedding, and then a 9 metre, as if it's a small or medium field, for windrowing. Just makes no sense. And then I've heard other people talk about you do a potato harvest, so therefore you need your trailer to accept potatoes, and the trailer supply doesn't accept potatoes. Really? So yeah, there's a lot of broken things. You have got to be very careful what you're doing at the minute. It is still a fantastic game. I mean, I think I've said this a few times on this very Let's Play. I expected it, not quite to the grand scale that it's broken. I think Giants have excelled themselves with this one on a scale that even beats Microsoft. Definitely. It looks very good, but don't delve too deep beneath the surface presently. Don't expect everything to work. So at the minute we've got to try to pick things that are working to showcase the game. So yes, picking your contracts wisely, as I know myself. We all remember the debacle of the oat harvest that cost me about at least 2,000 in wages to lose money. Yes, and to cut. I mean, we did the contract. It took us hours. So yes, I could have quite easily weeped in my boots with that one. So we shan't be making that mistake until we get the go-ahead. Official go ahead that it's or give it a few weeks and then try again with a very small field that I don't mind losing 20 minutes. Right, so we want tedder next. Oh, nearly hit the wall. Okay, liking this tractor, it is nice. Right, we should leave used equipment, the ones that we're bringing back, in front of the sign so we know. Right, let's drop that off. And let's drop that off. Little set muscle. Okay. We shall also take, in fact, it makes more sense. I know we can't use it, but we can. Is this the right side or is this the wrong side? That's hard to tell. Yeah, I think we're on the right side actually. We'll take these two. Oh my life. I'm certainly glad we're using our own. Look what they've given us for bales. Dear me. Now where are we supposed to be taking it? Let's quickly look, because it could be up that end. Let's have a look at the contract. Take the bales to livestock market, Haut Beyleron. Now this is a place I don't quite know where that is at the minute. Let's look. Where is that? So that is, right, that's down the bottom end. Okay. It's not that far though, I suppose. Right, let's get the job done first. Let's get it tethered and when windrowed. And then we shall send... I'm going to be clever, I think. We're going to use the blue trailer. We're going to stick the... Now we're going to need... Yeah, we'd need the bale spike on, don't we, of course. We're going to grab our... Again, the word is escaping my brain. The telehandler. Whoa. We're going to grab our telehandler, put that on the blue trailer because we know it's capable of carrying vehicles, and run up with the main tractor and then get those bales on and run them down. That is the plan. Thankfully it's not a very large field. So let's get this. Oh, let's put our time up to 3. I think that's about the... I'm quite pleased with that. That's not a bad time, times 3. I've actually done a few days now through on Elm Creek on times 3, and it did seem quite an appropriate sort of speed, so yeah. So we have plans afoot and are heavily in debt. Still, we started this game in 120,000 debt. Sorry, 200,000 debt, so I don't think we're quite at that yet, although we're not far off. Now we've got to dig ourselves out of the hole whilst still investing in our sugar. So we've got to be juggling for a bit, for quite a few months I should say. Ooh, actually, no, we never made any firm... I am not sure how rain affects grass. We need to be getting this baled. In fact, God, Benny, this is annoying. I could really do with a worker. Really seriously do with a worker. Whilst I went to fetch the thing, but I don't think we're going to have to. Not going to have time. Right, let's drop the windrow off here. And drop that off there. Time is of the essence. Let's unfold and switch on. Drop you down. I know it is. I'm literally on the field now. Hold your horses and stop moaning. Do you know, it's got a wider reach than it actually looks like it has. Right, let's get this done. Yes, I don't know how rain affects, I would imagine, just like it did on FS19, but again, Mr. Sealy P has done some work, and he did say that so far he didn't see any degradation, but that doesn't mean to say he didn't test in the rain, I'm quite sure. So we may be going to places that no man has gone before. Well, no man that I've seen anyway. I'm quite sure there's a lot of players out there who know the answer to the question. And I'm secretly thinking, yeah, rain is going to destroy this, and stupid old me did not pay attention to the fact that we have rain on the way. I don't know. Actually stretches a little bit further left and right. If you look at the squares that it's doing, that's quite good to know. You can actually go slightly to the left and slightly to the right of actually where it looks like the spinners are, which is quite useful to know. hoping I can windrow that it's thrown out on the path, but I have a sneaky feeling it's going to say no. So it's a good job I actually cut a little bit further wide to make up for that fact. Okay, it's about right, I should say. Yes, spot on. Oh, goes deer. Beautiful. It's my timer telling me my time is up. We shall persevere. This contract needs finishing. Hopefully. Okay, let's do this. I've not got time to waste at all, and I've just gone and missed a bit of grass. Typical. Still, thinking about my game mechanics, I should, in fact that's a good test, should be able to get away with that, and it's a good test because I don't know whether we can. We can't assume anything. Mr. CDB is definitely correct. We need to reassume or retest everything we thought we knew for this, because there's definitely been a massive shake-up of things that we can and can't do, and all sorts of things, either that or everything's broken, which it could be that as well. Yes, 88 tonnes of sugar beet on a field that in FS19 would have produced 500 tonnes is rather an extreme change, in my opinion. It's not like I am actually a stranger to sugar beet, because funnily enough I was in sugar productions on Lone Oak with Global Company's sugar productions, so it's not like I'm a stranger. That's another reason I think why I probably chose sugar productions as my first thing, because I'm not completely a stranger to it. Although to be honest, looking at productions, that is one thing that in my opinion I have got to give a badge of honour to Giants, because I think they've done a cracking job with it. It is simple to actually do. It's not convoluted or complicated, it is just nice and simple, which appeals to me. It could have been very complicated. Right, let's just get that done. Oh no, actually no, let's not. I do truthfully want to test that to see if we're still as we were before, whether it actually still cracks on and makes a bale. Right, let's get... now then. I think it's that bit there. I'm sure I'm right. Yeah. Unfold. Ooh. Excellent. So we spin towards the plate, turn it on, drop it down. Yes, I know. Let's maximise the space where the spinner is though. This is going to be an art, I can see. We don't want to make it too big either. I did massive windrows yesterday, and it caused me more problems than it's helped me with. So yes, I mean they weren't monstrous, but obviously they were too big that the baler did not have a very good... It was not fantastic for... Now then, will you let me or will you not? Well, you will. Excellent. It didn't have a very good pickup. I'm used to working with balers on FS19 with good pickups. My favourite two balers have both got fantastic pickups. This hadn't, and it was a deer one as well. It was a proper massive... I think it was one of the express ones that would have cost you best part of 180 grand. It was a posh one. But I was less than pleased with its pickup. It was not impressive. I came away with a rather empty taste in my mouth, and I was definitely unimpressed. cause. Oh, I've done it again. I'm making it monstrous. Need to leave this now and move. Right, that's the last. We do not want any bigger than that. We are going to cause ourselves grief. Right, so let's now go inside. Don't grab that windrow. I'm leaving it a bit too big though, aren't I? This particular, I'm not used to using this type. I have used one in the past, obviously. I'm not that much of a, but I do tend to stick to my nice 9-meter ones that I'm used to, so. Yeah, that's way too bad. Spin around. Let's have a look. No, it only works that way. Okay, so that means that I'm going to have to go from top to bottom then to tidy up each of these windrows to make them all nice on both sides at a time when I can really ill afford that waste of time. I think we may forgo that one and just go grab the baler. We're running out of time. I'm hoping bales are partially protected against the rain, but I'm not holding my breath. We need to get these baled as soon as possible. If we go in the middle of that one, we shall make quite a big one, but at least it will be sorted. There's no way that one. Right, let's windrow that and make one nice windrow out of that weird. That should make a nice windrow. Big but nice. Oh, it's not quite right, is it? There's going to be bits of tidying up to do. Still, that's normal, isn't it? You can't have a... Well, I certainly think I've done better than that. Let's just tidy that little bit up quickly, so no time is of the essence. And that corner needs tidying as well. Right, fantastic. Okay, we don't have time to faff around as well. It's going to make I presume we'll probably be faster. Let's fold that up. Or now we can take this back, can't we? We're going back. It seems silly not to. It's not going to slow us down that much. Let's be professional. Alright, baler. Let's go grab the baler. Ooh, we must have sold some sugar. A very poor price, I might add, for 1,000 litres. Wow, that's 350. That's shocking. Okay, it is what it is. That is bad. Yes, note the fact that when under contract, the contractor's nice tractor stays at 100%, proving that the game does know very well what it's doing with the damage that we do to our equipment. That has obviously been set by Giants to eat us out of house and home. So that is shocking, because when you're using contractors, theirs is set at 100% and stays at 100%. So the damage ratio is obviously all nicely worked out by Giants. Thank you, Giants, for giving us yet another thing to worry about, and that's going to cost us an arm and a leg. And I should be working on hard economy, but thanks to all of the settings, there's no way I can make things meet. I would now be minus whatever and would be dead in the bottom of the ocean had I have used hard economy with all of the wondrous damage to vehicles. It's costing me best part of a couple of contracts a day. And of course, the more tractors you use and the more equipment you use, the more the damage is. So yes, juggling equipment costs and repair bills is becoming my daily nemesis. So I'm really, really hoping that this does get addressed. Or that we get a super duper modded repair station that knocks 80% off the costs of repair. That equally will do. Now that I could live with. Right, Baylor. Let's drop the front one off first. Then we should, whoops. It was not a very graceful drop off, was it? Right, Baylor. Oh, now that looks nice. Have you got a wide pickup? You look to have. We may be having, maybe buying one of you in the future when I go into grass and silage. Unfortunately, at this present time, even the cost of buying the smallest of biogas plants is extortionate, so therefore it's definitely not one of my normal start from scratch things. On FS19 it was possible to start and buy the biogas plant on many modded maps. In fact, it was even possible on Erlingrats. I was quite nicely surprised by the cost of the biogas plant on Erlingrats. I thought, wow, Giants is, yeah, step in the right direction. Then we come on to this game, 1.5 million for the on a little bit out. Even farm manager couldn't afford that, or he could afford nothing else. So yes, the silage business is, yeah, it's changed. Of course, it may be possible, I'm not sure that you need to own it to actually do silage. Now that is something I need to investigate. Mr. CLP said something that made me think that that's probably true now, that you can actually use it without owning it. But obviously the production side, the money you get from, I don't know if you would get, let's just move out of the way, I can hear a vehicle. Oh, maybe it's that one in the distance, or maybe it's my own engine noise actually, thinking about it. Yes, digestate, that was the word I was looking for. Maybe you don't get the digestate, maybe the biogas owner does, and you just get paid for the silage. It may be that. So it's maybe possible to still be a silage baron to a degree. Again, I've not investigated because I was going on the premises of FS19. Let's unfold that. Oh, doesn't look like it needs unfolding. It must be just to switch on and go. That's nice. Right. Oh, it is? Excellent. Yes, I know it is. I'm on the very contract you're speaking about. Now then, what do we need to do? Ooh, standard. No, not standard 4000. We do still need to do the old faithful. That's and put it down as well. Okay, that's definitely going backwards. My old one in FS19, I had to press Y, but it literally did everything else for me. And that was FS19. Oh well. As long as I know what I'm doing. No peep 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 anymore, which I always thought was a very good feature. You've now got to pay perfect attention. And wait for the back to be completely down, which does make sense. That was definitely me being a bit hasty because of the rain that is undoubtedly on its way. Need to be shifting our backside with our trailer. That's it's got a wide pickup, but I don't think it's that wide. Oh, it was. Wow. Now that is impressive. Now that is one thing that has impressed me so far. Yes, might even be equal to my old baler. This is going to fill quickly. Let's wait for it to be completely down and let's go. Ooh, yes. Now that is impressive. I didn't think I'd get away with those naughty windows. That's better than that really expensive one that I was using yesterday. I always have thought though, round bales are my favourite. People always go on about the square bales. Yes, I know it shoots them out really quickly, but the fact that this can bale wrap far outweighs the superiority, in my opinion, of the square baler. Give me a round baler any day. We have rolling bales. Let's just see if we can get that little patch. I'm not sure if it'll let me. Oh yeah, it did. Excellent. This is 798. Should finish it on this if I'm lucky, which I'm not. Need a touch from here. Thinking about it, I'm just trying to think whether the telehandler can actually handle the Bachmann. I don't think it's got the right. If it would make more sense for it to bring the Bachmann up to do the telehandling and also be the lugger. I'm almost 100% sure that it's got the wrong attacher. But we shall have a look, because it does make sense. Mind you, we've got thinking about it, yeah. Could just come up with a telehandler, to be honest. We've already got the Bachmann trailer up by literally a stone throw away from where we are now. So actually, I think telehandler let's just see. Now we've got so little money. Let's just enter. I want to make sure that I'm only doing this. Ah, yeah, he should be able to go from that. Let's send him and see if he can. I know it's going to take all of our money, but we seriously create job. Target position. Let's just do slightly by the road. What it? That's another thing it's doing as well. You double click when it was facing upwards and it suddenly faces down. I didn't do it that way. You are joking. You're just facing straight ahead. Let's try that again. You know, I'm less than impressed. Let's try that once more, and don't you dare say you can't reach it. Create job. Target position. There's no... And you actually stayed pointing the right way. Come on, young lady. Show us your stuff. Now, in what way were you blocked by an object? In what way? Oh, no. I'm the wrong map. Do you know? I will... Let's put that back down. Let's get these last two runs done. See if it'll let us get that blob. I have a feeling it's on the edge of the... Yes, I didn't think you would, but I was just going to have a go. I did think that was stretching it somewhat. Right, will we get F? No, I don't think we will. But let's try. Oh, no. We won't do it if you miss any. It's quite a big windrow though, but I'm not sure we're going to finish the bale, which is rather unfortunate. There's no way we're finishing that out of that little tiny blob over there. Can you unload a partial bale? I would not imagine. Oh, you can turn on automatic drop. Okay. No. So we've lost that partial bale. Okay, excellent. Right, let's go grab the trailer. It should be within running distance just over there. How is the telehandler doing? That is the next question. Are we getting closer? Certainly using my money, so I'm hoping that's a good sign. Shall we leave this, or shall we unfold? I'd prefer it if it's like that, if I'm honest. Oh, look at that, even the lizard pickup. Does it lose if you just... Because I've hardly used the pickup, and I've repaired it not long back, and it's down to 86 and 86 for the pair of them. Ooh. Young lady, thank you very much. That was very much appreciated. Oh, and of course I've got the bale spikes not on in my rush. Well, we're going to have to make it work somehow. Okay, very clever, Mr. Smith. Excellent job. Okay, in that case we may have to... Yeah, this is probably not going to work, is it now? Let's see. Can you spear them with these? Which could probably do an awful lot of damage though. You can. Game mechanics will allow it. I don't suppose I do too much damage. Right. Okay, let's stick one in the back of the truck. If we can. Yeah, I think we could probably get two actually. Looking at that. We did more bales off this tiny field than I thought we would. Far more. Oh. Now how can you miss a bale of that size, Mr. Smith? That is shocking. Seriously shocking. Think we can squeeze one in. We have to go above and drop it down. Ooh, I'm not so sure it's going to like it though. Seriously. Really not sure it's going to be happy with that. Okay, well, let's just see how it copes with that, because I'm seriously... Mind you, I suppose realistically, if you put that kind of weight on that, because the one thing about this is normally the weight in the back is what pushes the truck down. That truck should have no problems because it's got so much weight on it itself. That's my theory and I'm sticking to it. Whether it's a good practice is... I don't think it's really good practice. It's not what I would aim for. Right. Yeah, because this little trailer is not really, as we know from when I overstack sugar on it. Right, we're going to need to... Oh, okay. That's not what I was really aiming for. I was trying to... Can I... Oh, okay. Ah, so I can only fit... Looking at that, I can only fit 3. And like then I'd have to double stack them. So it might be best to try to push them up right now before we put them up and then spear them sideways. Of course, that is if the game mechanics would allow me to do that. Might have to try to be clever here. See if it'll let me do it. Ah. Not sure it'll let me. Used to be able to do this in FS19. No, you're not wanting to flip, are you? You're refusing. Okay. We shall have to learn new tricks, I can see. Let's see if we can spear a moving bale. Okay. New skills required. I'm sure you'd find that the laws of physics would say at this precise moment you really should be dropping without me having to waggle you. Yes, Yes, that will have to suffice. Alright, so we've got 3 more bales left to do. Of course, I suppose we can leave one spiked. That is true as well. But that is not really what I'm aiming for. I'm not sure that the trailer will cope with more than... Yeah, we'd have to double stack them on the back. I'm not sure that that is a terribly safe load. Okay. This is going from bad to worse. Right, how can we... Oh, ooh, okay. I shall take that. That's what I was aiming for. On its back like that. Let's see, can we do that somehow? We can. Lovely. Okay, I'll take that. Then, I do apologise for this trailer. I know you are probably going to exceed your limit by rather a lot, but we have given our word that we shall achieve this, and that we shall do. Our word is our bond. Last but not least, and I've said I was aiming for realism, so we shall manually strap these, not like I did on the front on the front thing. That was naughty of me. Okay. Right, that's nearly forgot what I just said. Right. Can you move? Now you should be... Theoretically, the physics should say that you're actually okay for once having that amount in the back, because quite frankly you are overloaded at the front too, so you are equally overloaded front and back. So yeah, that is actually you'll have to remember this. We'll have to stick a massive weight permanently in the back of the trailer to compensate for whatever's in the back. See, there are ways to do this. Oh my life. Right, so livestock market is where we're aiming for. Actually, that's performing quite well. I'm quite pleased with that. Let's see how the Bachmann... Oh no, actually, it's coping better than it was. I think, mind you, I really did seriously overload it when I did the sugar. Seriously overloaded it. I think we'd got about 10 sugars, maybe more, maybe 11 in the back. So that is quite understandable that it was 11 tons. Mind you, actually, there's more than that in there. 4.5, 9, 18, 22.5 tons in that back, and 9 tons in the front. So yes, obviously it matters what you have in your trailer, not sugar. It wasn't pleased with. It didn't like sugar at all. And I think it's that building ahead of us, isn't it, over that field? I'm sure it is. So we can get away with bales, but we can't get away with sugar. That's half the weight. Yes. I'm sure there's some logic in there somewhere. Right. Now then. Oh, there's where the stones need. I have actually played with stones now on one of my Let's Plays. I seriously have. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Let's just okay. Contract on field 7 finished. Absolutely excellent. That is where we're going to leave it. Yes, let us finally claim our payment, and we did thankfully beat the weather. Right, so we now can. One thing we will do before we leave, I know we've got our equipment scattered all over the map, is let's go back and buy as much sugar from our external source as we possibly can to make sure we've got plenty in. Be glad when we can plant our own field. That's a point. What have we got in that field? I didn't check that, did I? I wasn't really bothered. What have we got in field 38? Nothing. Looks like it is just ready. Cultivated. Fantastic. We've bought an empty field. I don't know. I must have a look to see if I can't remember if I double fertilised it. I think no, it needs fertilising again. I know we limed it. Oh, this is shocking. Now we've got enough spray and enough fertiliser in the back for us to cope with not having any money. So we will actually, although we're going to get hit by, yeah, well, we'll have to go into minus. We probably should get some money from selling sugar at a silly price. Should worry about that another time. We'll just put as much sugar in as we possibly can. How much have we got in now? Let's have a quick look before we go. We have got, oh wow, getting to a reasonable amount now. Let's grab one last load. Might not be a full load, but let's grab this last one. We need to be producing sugar. Sunk all of our contract works money straight into sugar. Perfect. With €98 to spare. How about that? We should dump this and then we shall see what we've got in. And what we will do is we shall sleep the day away because we've done all the contracts that we can for today. It's just a nice place to leave it. We've done all that we can. we shall wake up to a fresh day, and that's where we shall start next time. Right, brilliant. Let's step out and see exactly how much we've got in. 89 tonnes. Fantastic. That's definitely something to go on. I think we had 150 odd of our own in, which produced quite a lot, so that is not bad. Not out of that much. Look at that, that's just shocking. Right, anyway, that's a worry for another day. So let us go to sleep. And no, we'll do 7 because we are in summer now. Yes, we will be having a hit with a cost loan. Oh wow, 6 grand. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Let's have a look to see if there are any contracts we can pick for our day ahead. Not that I'll be doing them now, but let's have a look. There's another baling. Spraying. Accept. Fertilizing. Accept. Oh, and it's let us on both. Fantastic, so that's what we're doing later. Right. Anyway, with no further ado, that is for next episode. We have a few jobs to do. And how much sugar have we got? How much have we got left in? Oh wow, 20 tonnes it went down in a day. So it looks like then we've got to put 20 tonnes a day in. I think we're better to use our original trailer. That's actually slightly bigger, isn't it? You wouldn't believe that. That one's obviously got the ability to be extended, but in its present form it's actually smaller than the other brand now. Anyway, with no further ado, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I hope you continue on this journey with us, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.